Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Lee. This is JLeesCorner. This is some kind of review. I don't know which one. Y'all can see the title of what it is, okay? But first things first, like if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Send to yourself. Send to yourself. Okay. Do not forget that you can also like this video because it helps YouTube share it. So hit the like button, okay? You can share the video on your social media and also comment in the comment section below, okay? You can follow me on IG and on Twitter, okay? At J_Lees_Corner. If it's not on the screen somewhere, it is in the description box below. Just hit the description box and get all the information you want. Okay? Hey, y'all. Yes, I know it's been a minute. I haven't posted since Wednesday. I've been packing. Y'all see the background looks a little whatever. It's gonna be that. Okay? But let's get into this review, okay, of the Housewives of Atlanta. I had to put some lipstick on, and I ain't combed my hair in about 3 days. It looks real bad. But we're gonna move past that. Anyway, so we see the ladies is home from Greece and everything. You know, Nene at home talking to Gregg, okay, talking to Mr. Leaks, Mr. Nene or whatever. And so she's telling him how things went over in Greece, but she's leaving some little things out, but you know, also saying things that happened. She brings up how, you know, it was a whole thing going on between me and Kenya. Now I do feel like Nene downplayed how drunk she was that night when she was fussing and arguing with Kenya, but it's fine, okay? She may not remember how drunk she was. So she doesn't mention that she tried to spit on Kenya. She does not mention that, but she do mention I was trying to throw some popcorn, you know, at her or whatever, but I assumed that she would catch it in her mouth. Gregg then said gobble gobble. I said gobble, honey. Gregg is a professional husband, okay? He ain't gonna ever go against his wife except the time when he was cheating on and they got divorced. But I digress. So Nene brings up how she does not have an issue with Kenya. I don't have an issue with her like she has an issue with me or whatever, you know, and I'm only petty with Kenya because Kenya is petty with me. Kenya has been picking a fight with me for no reason. I'm like, Nene, no one really understands why y'all don't like each other. What I don't like is when Nene try to make it seem as if it is Kenya who has the issue. Y'all don't like each other now for whatever the reason may be. But it's not just Kenya. It's the both of y'all, okay? It's the two of you. Anyway, so she brings up how, you know, what Kenya always want to say, you know, don't speak about my baby and my husband. But Kenya has said things about other people's relationships and marriages. And, you know, she's also spoken on other people's kids. We then see the whole flashback of when Kenya was saying that Porsha was a beard for Cordell because Cordell was gay. We see another scene where Kenya was talking to Kim and saying that Kim was pimping on her daughter for John Legend tickets. Now, when she spoke on Kim's daughter, I believe Kim's daughter was over 18. So I don't consider that like, you know, crossing the line. That one daughter was always in the mess of it all. So I don't count that. But Kenya definitely for sure has went on and on and on about other people's relationships, marriages, and that stuff. Okay? And they businesses. So she can't say her husband is off limits. I get if she wants a baby, because it was a newborn baby. I get that. But Kenya can't say, you know, nothing about no husbands. So for me, the conversation between Nene and Gregg was real simple. Nene was acting as if she has no recollection of why they beefing, and Gregg making it seem as if his wife is completely innocent. And you know what I'm saying, you've given Kenya an olive branch in the olive tree. You know, at this point, just move on. Okay, Gregg. Okay, Gregg is Nene's husband on all fronts, which is great. But Gregg also can't act like he can't see the reason his wife and Kenya be beefing. They don't like each other. But I digress. We do see Kandi and Kandi and Todd chit-chatting or whatever. Kandi is packing to go shoot her scenes for The Chi, which comes back on in June or July. It's June. It comes back on in June. Yes, I will be reviewing it. So she's going to be in Chicago because she has a major role. She's playing Dada's wife. and Odada is the head of the drug dealer. Is he the head drug dealer? He's over. He's the head man of whatever. Okay, so she has a major role on that thing. She's going to Chicago to shoot scenes for roughly 10 weeks, even though the baby, which has already been born at this point in life, the baby is due in 7 weeks. So she's going to be flying back and forth to make sure that she does not miss the birth of her baby. Mainly because she's like, I feel like, my baby has not been hearing my own voice this whole pregnancy. And I want to make sure that when she comes out, the first voice of a mother that she hears is mine. And I think that is a very important thing that you people may not understand if you have a surrogate, how, when you're pregnant, your child is used to hearing your voice all the time because it's in your belly. It's different when it's somebody else's belly baby's in. And so I think that's great that she is acknowledging that she wants to have that bonding time as soon as the baby's born or whatever. So she wants to, again, fly back and forth. And then after the baby's born, if she has to go back and shoot more scenes, she wants to bring the baby with her to Chicago. I would agree. I would do that. Now, we do know that she was there for the birth, because when she was recording a speak on it, the girl was in labor. So she was like, back for that. So we know that, she had all that done. Anyway, but she brings up, Ty brings up how he's not 100%, okay with her and the sex scene she has to do now, because she's not doing the lesbian role. No, she's not having sex with a woman, okay, with a man, okay. Well, not sex, whatever. He said, but I'll be fine or whatever. Give it your all, make it look good. You don't want to suck at it, but also don't like, me too good, whatever. Cool. She also brings up how, what I want us to get into like a little marriage counseling session or whatever, because we have been kind of fussing and getting on each other's nerves for the past few months about this or that. And he say, I agree. We both need to get our feelings out. I think they have so much going on, it just causes tension sometimes. I think it's good that they both recognize that they want to go talk to somebody to be sure that they're on the same page. Okay, let's see what's next. So Cynthia then goes to see Nene at Swag Boutique. Do anybody wear Swag Boutique stuff? I just want to know, does anybody wear Swag Boutique stuff? I'm going to say so, because I think she got like 2 more stores. So kudos to Nene for that. Anyway, so Nene bring up, girl, I don't like how you was going to, be imitating me and stuff in Greece and, trying to, make fun of me and Kenya. I didn't like that. She's like, no, that's not what it was. It was supposed to be fun and light and funny. I was going to do... I was gonna do you really, really well. Like, it would have been a compliment. We wanted to bring some light to the situation. Okay, so then she then goes and shows Nene what she was gonna do. And she does a great impression of Nene. And it was funny that they both had on leopard print or cat print, whatever, cat lady. Carol Baskin. And I'm like, this cat print, does older women just wear cat print all the time? I'm just wondering, because do they play in that? It's just, girl, I don't know. Anyway, she did a good, impersonation, and Nene was instantly laughing from the moment that Cynthia started. And I feel like Nene had that same openness to just see what it was first, see what it is before you get pissed about it. Okay, you could have had a good little ha-ha, good little kiki, and it could have been exactly what Kandi and Cynthia hoped it would be, which would have been you and Kenya scene that y'all fussing is funny and pointless, okay? But I digress. Anyway, as Cynthia doing her little impression, she walk outside. Okay, what else is going on? Because she's still in her little character, whatever. We then see Porsha happen to be riding around and seeing the camera pushing, and she pulled over. So then they had a little power, a little talk or whatever. Porsha does say, I'm having an event. I want y'all to come to it. Make sure that you don't miss it. She's going to be, it's a March of Dimes event where she's going to talk about her pregnancy journey. That she was pregnant with Cordell. And I can't remember if it was an ectopic pregnancy or if I can't remember what happened, but she lost that child. And then, of course, her getting pregnant with PJ, I believe, when she had her, she had some complications as well. So she's going to have a conversation about that. But Nene and Cynthia meet up. Was really this Cynthia saying, girl, we wasn't gonna make fun of you. It was gonna be funny. And that was it. And they both was dressed in leopard print. They probably both was Carol Baskin's friend. Now we do see Kenya, and I thought I should have got this earlier. Kenya go to see her estate planner. Now she went to go see the same estate planner beforehand about things, but she brings up how now her and Mark separating, not divorcing, but separating, and she wants to be sure that things go right. Okay, she brings up how, we're separating. I had hoped before that we could go to counseling. Okay, so little bit of counseling, but he don't want to do. We never went or whatever. Now we not talking. And I want to be sure that, my daughter, Brooklyn, is taken care of and everything. I want to make sure she's covered. So I want to have something in place for her. So, she brings up how because like I said, you would have to put something in the trust in case something happened to you. And then you would have to have someone who will be over the trust, a net or whatever. So King said, well, I do want to have a trust. And I want to have my aunt be the one who's in charge of that, whatever. She says, because I make more money than Mark Gibbs, and I think I also have I own more things than he does. I'm saying? I just want to be sure that, he isn't able to access the money and use it for whatever he wants to use it for. And I'm like, look, I feel like if you knew before you married him that he made more money, that you made more money than him and you own more things than him, why didn't you get a prenup? I just don't get how people, if you are if you both are business people, this is the thing. Two people who get married who are business people both should see the logic of getting a prenup, because it's just a just in case contract, but you should be used to that because you're a business person. So I think it's crazy that they did not. She doesn't have a prenup, girl. That's just dumb. Okay, so she just has to hope and pray that if and when her and Mark get a divorce, he don't try to get all her money. So I say, well, we're gonna keep hoping that. We do see Kandi doing a little FaceTime video with Ace, and Ace is crying because Ace misses his mom. Okay, and Kandi brings up how it's hard for me because I already feel like crap when I'm not at home with my kids and everything. So it's just hard when I see him miss me, whatever, and I just have to work. Mommy guilt is 100% a real thing. But I feel like Kandi is at a point to where she's trying to strike while the iron's hot. And I think she's smart. She is able to travel a lot, so she can also bring her son around a lot. And I think the times when Kandi is not around, the reason her son misses her so much is because he's probably used to her being around. Because usually if she's working in Atlanta, he's still around his mom or whatever. So I think mommy guilt is just a part of making sure that your kid has what they need later on in life. Because let's be honest, Housewives will not be around forever. And Kandi's smart to do all she can do right now to make as much money as she can make, because you never know when things will shut down and you have no money. Currently, okay, we all on sit down because of the package. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, get that money. And I think she said she wants to figure out a better, work-life balance. But we'll see. Eva does have her baby, little Maverick. He's a little cutie patootie. He looks just like his daddy, just like Michael. He was born after 22 hours of labor. And when she said that was the shortest labor she's had out of her 3 pregnancies, I said, girl, the shortest out of 3? Whew. She brings up how she's always wanted 5 kids. She said, but I think after this one, I may not birth them all myself. Meaning I'll do a surrogate, you can do surrogacy, you can do adoption. There's other things that you can do to where you don't take care of your baby and you can have more kids. So, she's going to think about that. Now, Cynthia come by to see the baby. Oh, my God, give me the baby. Give me the baby. He's a little tiny, he's a little itty-bitty baby, whatever. And, Eva brings up how her and Michael finally, honey, has closed on a new home, a 5-bedroom, 3-car garage, brick home. It looks great from the couple pictures they showed. Because we have never really seen Eva's house. Okay, never. Now, I know there's a lot of shade going on right now between Nene and Eva. That will be up in my gospel chat. That should be up by tomorrow. Okay, let's hope I get it done tonight. Let's say Tuesday, because I don't know. But excuse me. Everyone Nene been living in Atlanta her whole life. So Eva, who's only been here for a couple years, it's okay that she just not bought a house. It's fine. Anyway, her and Cynthia just sit and talk about the trip. She brings up how, Nene was receptive to being friendly to Kenya. Kenya not so much, okay? How, Kenya was being shady towards Cynthia about the wine. But, Kenya then apologized, but made Nene be say, well, you always give Kenya, a pass, but you wouldn't do that to me. And I like what Eva said. You have the right to forgive, or you have the right to deal with your friends how you want to deal with them. You may not treat each friend the same, and I she has that right. But she also brings up how the beef with me and Kenya was quiet because Kenya apologized. The reason that people stay mad at Nene for longer, Nene don't say sorry. Nene feel like if you come to the conversation and say, well, I said this and you said that and this is what was said, but you don't apologize, you should be able to move on. No, bitch. No, it's not how it works, okay? But I digress. So Porsha has her Marta Dimes event. Marta Dimes is all about healthy moms and healthy babies, okay? And so Porsha will now be an ambassador for them. Because now she's a healthy mom with a healthy baby and everything. You see all the ladies showed up. Kenya, Nene, Kandi, Cynthia, Marlo, Shamia. All the Porsche people came. Her mama, her sisters, her aunts, her uncles, her cousins, not aunts and uncles, but her aunts and cousins were there as well. So a lot of people. It was a little table of people. A couple free seats, but it is what it is. Again, it was a nice little event to be had for people, women, to have conversations or whatever. Now, we do see when they first walk in there, whatever, we see two little conversations. We see Nene talking to Porsha and Tanya. Oh, hey, how everybody doing? Did everybody get back from Greece okay? You know what I'm saying? I heard that Kenya took another trip or whatever. I also heard her in the blogs that her husband was out here having multiple affairs during marriage. They showed a little clip, little post thing of the gossip chat, the gossip blog thing that had, that Kenya's man had been cheating during the marriage. Now, Tanya was like, girl, maybe she got the cookie ladies mixed up. Maybe it wasn't my cookie lady. Maybe it was hers. Could be. Porsha for like, that may not be true. It could be fake. Okay, it could be fake news, whatever, who knows, but it may not be all truth. Now, we also see Kandi, talking with Cynthia and Shamia. Was Shamia right there? And maybe it was Kenya as well. And she brings up how, she had her first sex scene with the shot, and it was a flipping and rubbing and licking at all these things, a whole real sex scene or whatever. And I wasn't all that happy, mainly because she was on set the whole day. She didn't have a chance to reply to his texts or his calls or whatever. But once she got her phone back, she had liked something on Instagram, which made her mad. Todd needed to kind of fuck down. Todd, you are married to someone who is consistently busy. And I'm not saying that Kandi should not have to think about his feelings, but I feel like when she working, give her a minute. Give her a minute. It's okay. Let her be. Let her breathe and make y'all some money, okay? But it is what it is. Now, we then see the event goes off without a hitch, really. Porsha brings up, because again, it's all about healthy moms, healthy babies, talking about pregnancy struggles, because so many times women have issues that we do not speak about. So it's about having healthy, informative conversations about things that everyone could have went through at one point or the other. So Porsha brings up how, 6 years ago, she had a whole miscarriage, and she had a miscarriage at home by herself because Cordell was not there. Okay, that was a story a couple seasons ago. Okay, Kenya brings up how, she almost died having Brooklyn or whatever, and so, nobody should ever shame anyone who can't have kids. We had Tanya brings up how because her and Paul got together later on in life and how they did not have kids initially, and once she was a little bit older, her egg reserve was not so high, so again, getting pregnant is harder for her. It's more of a struggle, and it's been hard for her to even to deal with or whatever. We see Marla brings up that because of her past, struggles and everything, the things have been tough for her as well, how she had two ectopic pregnancies. And she brings up for a while, but she was angry with God. Why can't I have kids? Why is it that I can have kids? But she brings up how she has 16 nieces and nephews. And she says so she's gotten to the point where she feels like, okay, maybe I wasn't put on earth here to be a mom to my own children, but I was put on earth to be a great aunt to my nieces and nephews who also need me. That is so true. I think that's what it is for me as well. Okay. Nene brings up how she's also had a miscarriage before as well. She didn't say that like in the scene, but I'm like, did she talk at all? I don't know. Shamia brings up how hard her labor was with her daughter, how, she dealt with blood clot issues, how the first epidural she had did not work. She had to have a second one or whatever with her daughter. And then Kenya jumps in. Kenya then said, yeah, I remember because you text me and said that you think your water broke or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I can come down to the hospital. Like, do you need me? Like, where's your husband? Blah, 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 blah. Then for some, Kenya reached, she said, I don't know where Porsha was. I think she was busy that day or whatever, probably working. Because she wasn't. I'm like, what did that have to do with anything? Kenya sometimes is that little bit of a jab that Kenya tosses in that you be like, that was petty. So why bring up you don't know where Porsha was when Shamia was in labor, meaning Shamia contacted you and not Porsha, is what it was or whatever. And Porsha looking like, I didn't even know that Shamia and Kenya was like that friendly, like that close to where Shamia would contact Kenya before contacting whoever else. I didn't know that or whatever, but Shamia brings up, well, yeah, because, Kenya was pregnant as well. Kenya was about 2 months ahead of me. So a lot of times, me and Kenya were talking and she would tell me about different things regarding the pregnancy. So it do make sense that Shamia was probably having mommy conversations with Kenya. I don't doubt it, but it was petty for Kenya to bring up how, oh yeah, because I don't know where Porsha was. I think she was busy and maybe working. I'm like, and she said it in a friendly way. Like, she did not say it in a petty way. But for me, it was a petty thing to bring up, is what I'm saying. But I digress. Before she bring up how, this event was great. How, her blessing was her daughter. And, it was a good event. So, yay. So we see Kenya having a conversation with her Aunt Lisa, okay? That's the aunt who she wants to take care of Brooklyn in case anything ever happens to her, okay? And she just, filling Aunt Lisa in on what's going on in the daily Kenya Moore, because Mark and their household, okay? Now she brings up, it's been very hard, okay? It's been very hard because one, her and Mark have been talking, okay? But she also brings up how she don't mind Mark seeing the baby, okay? If he's in town, he can see the baby and no issue, whatever. We just can't stay here. I said, that's fine. She brings up how, she wanted to be happy in a marriage. She really wanted to be happy. She could have been happy if Mark was in the marriage to be happy. Okay? I'm like, oh, he don't want to be happy, but she brings up how he was always fussing about this or about that or whatever. And it wasn't her. I was putting out the best I could do. I was trying my best to be who he wanted me to be, okay? Because I was trying to keep my family together. The issue is, Kenya, if who Mark wants you to be won't ever make Mark happy because Mark don't like you, it will forever be turmoil. And that seems like what they was going through, whatever, And she then said, I don't feel like he ever fully let me into his life. And if a person does not fully let you in, then you don't have any idea what you're in for. No, when you marry someone you don't know that well, that's when you don't know what you're getting into. But when she then said, what I mean is I was not allowed to speak to Mark's parents. How did you marry somebody with parents who you weren't allowed to speak to? The only time that would make sense is if he does not speak to his parents. There are people who are not close to their family, and if he does not have a relationship with his parents, I get that. But if Mark has a relationship with his mother and father, but he did not want you to talk to them, that's a red flag, a red siren, a red fire truck, a red EMT truck, EMT. All that. That is all kind of signals and signs and signs from God himself, okay, that you should not have married that man. But I digress, okay? I at least say, you know what, well, maybe it's just for the best for y'all to go ahead and split. That should be the good thing. And I just want to do what's best for Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? And I think also, something ever happened to me, like I want you to get Brooklyn and whatever, you're my power of attorney and you will have, access to the trust and all of that. I don't want Mark to have anything to do with it, none at all. Now, Lisa is her father's sister, okay? So they were kind of raised together for one, because remember, Kenya's grandmother, her father's mother, is who raised Kenya, okay? Which is girl. Anyway, but I just feel like, grandma held on, grandma held on until she knew I had somebody Who would love me? So did grandma die too early? Did she? Because if she held on until she was sure that you was with somebody who would really love you forever and marking that forever, did you? I don't know. We then see Kandi back, her and Todd having a conversation, and Todd is just, he's crying for attention, you know what I'm saying? And because she brings up how she's home for 2 days, but since she came home, she had to go to Porsha's event, because Porsha asked to come to that event. Don Juan and signed her up to do, to host a luncheon with Rock Nation or whatever. And he like, at a certain point, you need to make plans to spend time with your family. Like, we need to come first when you hear some time or whatever. And you can tell that it's just a miscommunication thing. And she's like, why can't you come to Chicago? Well, I got stuff to do here, so I can't come to Chicago. He brings up how, but she then said, you've been acting different or whatever ever since you found out I had to do these scenes, these sex scenes or whatever. And he said, well, yeah, because any man don't want to see their wife, have sex scenes even if they fake. So, it just is what it. My fuck, it is 12:15 and my neighbors is in and out, girl. Anyway, Todd issue is this. You know what I'm saying? You are consistently doing everything else instead of making time to be with us. And she feel like, well, I'm trying to push as much as I can to do, because in 2 months when the baby's here, I'm not going to be able to do nothing. Todd goes into, well, I've always, when I got with you, I wasn't good enough for you. And so I had to, do things to make a lot of money so people would think I was. She's like, well, who was people? Who? Well, the world and your mamas or whatever. And I feel like Todd has consistently been trying to prove he is good enough to Kandi, even though Kandi don't think he's not good enough for her. And he's doing things to satisfy people who don't live in his household. And that's crazy, because they've been married for 5 years. The girl, he brought up how he was under a lot of pressure to make a lot of money, to make it seem like he was good enough to be with Kandi. And so that's what he has been doing this whole time. I gave up a lot for you, you know what I'm saying? I sacrifice or whatever. I don't do production and TV and film anymore, and that's what I love to do. But I did that to become this whole business entity that makes a lot of money, because that way people will feel like, okay, he's good enough for Kandi. And I feel like, Todd, that's on you. Should Kandi stay home more? Yes. Yes, she should. However, she also has to make money to support the family. Stuff that he's doing is making money, but he's not happy in doing it. That ain't Kandi's fault. Todd is upset that Kandi puts forth the effort to do everything that she wants to do, and he feel like he can't. And I think he feel like that's Kandi's fault. I think he feel like she should sacrifice being home more versus working, because he sacrificed the happiness of doing something different to do the business stuff so, he can make money. But I feel like that ain't Kandi's fault. I think that's Todd's fault. And so, they need some counseling. And Kandi understands, but at the same time, she's like, well, I had to go to Jackie's. She still work. Well, I do think they can figure it out and work through it. But I need Todd to understand it's not just on Kandi. Because she brought up, you can do other things. You wanted to do this and you just didn't do it. He said, we started a trucking company. I don't even want to be a trucker. Then don't start the business. Do something else, okay? Kandi wanted to act because she wanted to go act. Todd, do what you want to do. Y'all have enough money to do it. Stop trying to satisfy other people's idea of who you are, and just be and do what you want to do, like Kandi doing. But I digress. But again, Kandi do need to be at home a little bit more too. Anyway, that was the whole episode. I'm done. Back to packing. Peace.